Welcome to TIKTALKs, TALA Igniting Knowledge, Leaders Empowering Leaders Talk Series 2023. This is brought to you by the Thomasian Alumni Leaders Association in cooperation with the UST Senior High School and the UST Alumni Association. Let us now welcome our hosts from TV5, Mr. Mon Guaves, and from the Department of Tourism, Ms. Catherine Caday.
Wow, what a voiceover. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, dear students! Wow, the energy is high.
I feel the energy.
Grabe.
I feel the
Ayun! We're talking to the Gen Zs here, so talagang
Yes.
we are expecting that their energy is superbly high today.
Exactly. And as we say, Gen Z, ilan taon ng pinakabata? Do we have 16 years old here? 16.
16!
Ano? 16.
Ayun,
Okay.
may 16.
Mga 16,
Ayan.
okay.
Senior high school mo, no?
Exactly.
So, mga teenagers,
Oo.
ito. And they're the ones, ito, Mon, ito yung talaga yung generation that they're using the social media so much.
Sobra.
From morning till night. Diba? Ito
Do
sila
you?
yun.
Gen Z, do you agree with that?
I agree. Yes, may nag-agree. May nag-ganon talaga.
Meron na nag-nod eh.
Yes.
It means talagang ano sila, guilty with that. And I hope you use that kind of using the social media on something na kapaki-pakinabang.
Meaningful,
Exactly.
helpful to your studies, and of course to your ambitions, goals. Pwede na naman using the social media to elevate your knowledge in life, right?
And sometimes unwind, no? To relax as much as possible para maging balance, no?
Yes.
Yung pag-aaral, yung buhay itself. So, I hope you're doing that kind of, kumbaga, aspect in using the social media.
Yes. Mon, yung nandito ka ba, rampant na ang social media?
Medyo, konti.
Konti.
May konti
I
pa
think
lang.
I remember during those times or during those years, postbong pa lang yung Facebook at that time.
Oo,
Hala,
parang-
nagkakaano ng edaran.
Saka ang uso sa amin noon, uso din sa inyo siguro, no? Multiply. I don't know if you're familiar with multiply.
Multiply.
Kung hindi na, okay lang. Next topic tayo. Okay.
Hindi nila alam, wala, hindi
Wala
sila,
ka lang multiply.
hindi
Karen,
sila
ni Karen yun,
alam
multiply?
yung
Okay.
multiply. It's a blog site.
Yes,
It's
oo.
a blog site. So before the birth of Facebook, merong ganon. Ayan.
And I think to formally start our
Yes.
program, we are not actually starting yet, no? We are just talking lang muna, konti lang muna ito para at least to hype up lang no?
yes.
our activity for today. But to formally start our program, let's always start it with a prayer. And at this point, may I call Van Kenshin Mamawad to lead the prayer. And it will be followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem. May we request everybody to please stand.
Let us all be aware that we are in the most holy presence of God. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Good and loving Father, our source of love, light, and wisdom, may you bless us as we begin this vital day of connection and development. Thank you for all of the seats that has been filled here today, for every mind and heart that feels the presence of our dear auditorium. We thank you. For you truly know what we are setting out to establish and accomplish today. It is our privilege and our responsibility to foster and advance the values and the mission of the university. May you, through the intercession of the Holy Spirit, give us foresight by which we plan for the future ahead of us. Grant us the confidence to discover and explore newer possibilities, and may you give us wisdom to discern what is right, good, and just. Almighty Father, please send us your creative spirit, and we ask your guidance and grace that we may be able to use our talents for the advancement of our dear university. All of this we ask in your holy name. Amen. All together in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
You may now take your seats, everybody. And welcome to the TikToks.
Yes! Welcome again. Good afternoon, dear students. Merong mga nasa likod. If you can go in front, para tayo compact. Ayan, para isahang tingin.
Para pag sumigaw kayo, mas malakas kasi magkakatabi kayo. Okay,
Yes.
let's move
Move,
forward.
move
forward
lang tayo. Move lang
Para
tayo.
makagalaw-galaw kayo dyan.
Yes.
Ayan, lahat po ng mga people at the back, please move forward. Please occupy the seats here in front.
Kasi sobrang dami pa mga seats dyan.
Oo.
Para na naman marinig nyo kung ano yung what we prepared for today.
Although maganda naman talaga yung audio, no? Dito sa
Ang
auditorium.
ganda.
Pero mas maganda lang makita na marami yung nasa harapan. So
Yes.
we are actually, ano ba?
Kino-compress. Kino-compress.
Kino-compress namin kayo dito sa harapan. So please, tara. I know Thomasians are very, diligent dito.
Yes.
Halika dito tayo. Dito tayo sa harapan.
Ayan, napaka-masunurin talaga mga Thomasians
Ay, sobra.
natin.
Oo.
Grabe.
Parang tayo, pag sinabi mag-start na ng 4, mag-start
Start
tayo
na
ng
ng
4. Okay. Ayan, thank you. Thank you, students,
Ayan,
for
I love
cooperating.
it. Ang daming mga...
Meron pa rin
Dear
mga nasa
students.
likod. Don't wait for us na pumunta dyan at hatakin kayo pababa. De, joke lang. No?
Napaka-harsh nun.
Harsh naman pala. Pakikiusapan muna namin kayo.
Yes.
Ayan. Okay.
Ayun nga, Mon. So as we were mentioning earlier, we are prepared for today because we are talking about leadership.
Exactly. But this is something different, no, Kathy? Kasi it's the title pa lang itself, no? TikToks. Well, it sounds like your application or social media app, the
yes.
TikToks, no? But we will not focus more on the dancing, on the
Di
dub
tayo
mashing.
magda-dance
Wala.
today.
Wala mga...
No dancing.
Wala. Parang lumang-luma na yun.
Oo,
TikTok.
lumang TikTok na yan.
Oo, parang ting-ting-tang-tang na pala ngayon. Pero we will not focus on that. But actually, what TikTok is offering us, yun yung i-imbibe natin. And what are those? Nandun yung experience itself, di ba? And of course, yung, kumbaga, pag nagtitiktok ka, ano ba yung nakukuha mo dito, no? The experience and yung pagiging involved mo, no? Those kinds of characteristics na gagawa natin sa TikToks, yun yung ilan sa mga aasahan natin for today with the TikToks.
And of course, how they form themselves through this. I think this is a perfect time for them to actually visit. Kasi sila mga bata sila, they are just enjoying. But we want to imbibe to them the vision that they want for themselves. And that vision would include leadership and how they know themselves as youth nowadays and to transcend that kapag nagtatrabaho na sila, when they go to college, kasi ito senior high school pa lang to eh. So when they plan to go to college, ano ba din yung kind of leadership that they want to share to the Thomasian community? And of course, pag nag-graduate sila to the real world.
This is something to look forward to. At the same time, our audience right now, Kathy,
Yes.
are not just simply students. These are student leaders.
Student,
di
like
ba?
us!
Kalain niyo, student leaders din pala kami, no?
Yes.
Yes, yun. So, we are on the same track, kumbaga, no? We have this kind of same paper na lahat tayo makakaintindi at makakaunawa. And that is what we want, especially for the young ones, for the youngsters, no? Na ma-appreciate what to look forward as a student leader, no? As our panelists mamaya will
Naku,
share a
grabe ang
lot
ating mga panelists.
wisdom na pwede natin makuha. Pero gusto ko malaman ngayon, Kathy, sino-sino itong mga kaharap natin ngayon? Where are the senior high school student leaders? Kindly clap your hands.
Clap! Ay,
ito
ito,
pala
sila.
sila.
Kaya masunurin sila
Oo
kanina
nga
when
pala.
they
Oo. Kasi
went
kung
in
di kayo
front.
sumunod, andito si Ma'am Erica.
And alam mo na, dito rin, today we are we are guided by the UST Alumni Association and of course the UST Senior High School and UST TALA.
Wow.
Ayan, nandito tayong lahat.
Well supported talaga, di ba?
Yes. And of course, right now, we are live in FB pala.
Uy, hi!
Hi sa lahat ng mga online viewers natin dyan. Ayan. But
Please,
tingnan nga
like
natin.
and share, sabi nga
Oo,
nila, di ba?
like and share.
Ako ba kami mga Gen Z na mga sinasabi? Please do not forget to like and share. And
Subscribe.
aside from the senior high school, we also have college student leaders. Nasa
Where
Manila
are the college student leaders? There.
We have two, we have there.
Ay, ito din
Okay.
sila.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing us your
Wow.
time.
Wow.
At syempre may mga alumni na nandito na nga, di
Ayun.
ba? Palakpakan naman po yung mga alumni na nandito.
Woo!
Ayan.
Nako.
Oo, may mga kakilala ko nandyan din eh. Ayan.
Mga
Actually,
nag-leave
oo.
din ba sila for
Oo nga,
today?
nag-absent ba kayo sa work?
Thank you. Ako nag-absent sila. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Kasi this is something special.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi this will be the start, no, of this kind of mga series of talks na talaga namang aabangan natin. Pero pwede ba tayo? Gusto ko makausap
Oo,
itong mga to eh.
sige.
Oo, kasi very, very
tingnan
quick lang
natin
to.
dito.
Allow us. Huwag kayo matakot ha. I know student leaders are not that kind of timid naman kahit paano. This will be very, very quick. Gusto lang namin malaman kung ano ba.
Tsaka
at kung
tayo-tayo
saan
lang
kayo
naman yun
galing.
nandito, Mon, no?
Ano no?
Tayo-tayo lang.
Oo, walang nakakarinig
Walang,
dito.
walang nakakahiya
Oo.
dito.
Sige, ito meron ako dito. Kasi bakit may mga laptop kayo? Ganyan na ba ngayon? Ganyan na ba? Gumagawa? May module kang ginagawa. Okay, ano to? Okay, hi, tayo ka. Yeah, your name? Jelly. Jelly is grade?
Senior high po, grade 12.
Grade 12, senior high. So, I don't know, ano bang in-expect mo lang ngayong araw na ito, no? Attending this kind of talk.
To learn po more about leadership and its multiple styles po. Tapos yung experiences po ng iba.
Wow, well, yung in-expect mo na yan, definitely, no? Medyo china-challenge natin yung mga panelists later on. Pero you are, may position ka ba ngayon sa student council? Or ano bang affiliation ni Jelly?
Sa Crisis Control Council po.
May ganun pala ngayon.
Ano yun? Ano
Oh,
doon? Hindi ko
Crisis
narinig.
Control, ano daw? Council, okay.
Ay, may ganun na.
Baka nga, baka may crisis management.
Ay, maganda yun.
Oo, maganda
Because
nga yun.
crisis management when kunyari, pandemic, di ba,
very
affected din ng
timely.
mga
Oo.
estudyante at that time. Right?
Oo. Oh, thank you, Jelly,
Palakpak naman natin si Jelly.
Tuloy mo na yung ginagawa mo. Ayan.
Ayan. Dito, over here, Mon.
Yeah.
Ito, nakakachikahan ko lang. From College of Education. Wow. From Eduk. And your name, please?
Katrina Nanyong po.
Katrina Nanyongko. So, kayo, what is your expectation? Bakit kayo nandito at bakit kayo nag-yes to this invitation?
Ako, I think mas ma-empower yung pagiging leader ko and mas nasa-strengthen yung skills ko.
Uy, ang ganda nung ganyang expectation. I think you are in the right place and in the right time because you are from College of Education Student Council. Ano yung position mo in Student Council?
Director for Logistics.
Director for Logistics. Ayan. So marami talagang matututunan tong mga batan to because ating panelists will really share a lot of those things later on.
Nakakatuwa, no, Cathy? Ang dami ng mga positions ngayon. Dati kasi alam ko position, president, vice president,
Oo, very linear
secretary,
lang talaga
auditor,
tayo.
treasurer.
Correct.
Ngayon may mga director na,
Oo,
director
ano ba
for
yun?
logistics.
May mga crisis
Oo.
management.
Okay, hindi ko talaga
Hindi ko
kinakaya
alam
to. Pero
yun.
nakakatuwa. This is something, iba na talaga ngayon. Pero yung kaibahan na yan, ito yung gusto nating ma-mold pa rin, no? In the coming years, no, as you step up, especially for senior high school, when you go into college, and of course for college students, when you go to work, no? Which you can apply yung leadership na ito. Sobra.
Sobra. Kasi ako, when I was in fresh graduate lang ako, the moment I stepped in to the real world,
Sabi nila,
ko,
wow.
wow, ako to. Wow, ako to. Hindi, talaga nag-display na din talaga ako ng leadership because that's what I learned in UST. Yun.
Exactly. So, at this point, let's learn more about this one, no? Syempre, itong ating magiging activity ngayon, we ask some of you what are your expectations, pero mas maganda malaman natin yung pinaka mangyayari
Yes,
and of
the
course
Run
give us-
through tayo.
Yeah.
What will happen? Ano ba ang matutunghayan natin for today?
Yes,
Ayan.
yes. Okay. Bakit? May mga tumatawag po kasi. Kinakasul-
May mga trabaho pa. Yes,
Mamaya
so
na, ayan,
right now, may we call on the UST Alumni Association President, Ms. Evelyn Songko, to give us the opening remarks.
Okay. Start muna natin kay... Sige. Special message first. Special message. Pag nakikita ka talaga namin, ma'am, nauuna talaga bigla eh. Ma'am Songko. Oo, palakpakan natin, Ma'am Songko.
Talaga kayo? Marami kayong sorpresa. Of course, medyo formal ako ng konti, ha? Magi-greet lang ako. To the officers and members of the Thomasian Alumni Leaders Association, to the special guests, ang gagwapo at ang gaganda ng special guests, to our online participants, to the resident alumni leaders, to all of you, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ang saya ko, kahit confused ako. Alam ko, when I was with student affairs before, very, very recently, meron akong sinulat eh. It's a reflection. Ang title niya, Recollecting and Redefining. Ganyan. Reviewing, reconnecting, redefining. Yun yung tatlong words ko doon. And then doon sa una, when I was reviewing, naalala ko yung mga days ko sa OSA. Eto yung mga kasama ko. At araw-araw meron silang sorpresa sa akin. Meron silang sorpresang kailangan solvin ko tong conflict na ito. Solvin ko tong problemang ito. Kailangan meron akong gawing desisyon. Araw-araw meron silang surprises. At araw-araw meron silang issue. Araw-araw meron kailangan gawin. Bakit? Kasi leaders sila. At sobrang gagaling nilang leaders. I have many images in my mind. First, one image is contemplative men and women in action. Naaalala pa nila yon. For them, that was a very inspiring image. So that until today, they bring it in their hearts. Iba-ibang generation po yan. Iba-ibang generation. It is still in their hearts, and that's the reason why they are continuing this commitment of transforming leaders, of enhancing leadership, of serving the coming generation of young Thomasian leaders. Isa pang image. The image of a lotus. You see, the lotus, like the oak tree, is a symbol of power and strength. Why? Because in the middle of the muddy river, the muddy pond, it really grows, and when it grows, it comes up with beautiful flowers. And the beautiful flower will really attract everybody and make even the darkest muddy place beautiful. That's what a leader is. Influencing, making things beautiful, even in the most challenging times. And that's what's supposed to be the Thomasian leader is. Finally, may isa pa akong naisip na image. Ang inyong mga kwento na merong hiblang dilaw. Ang hiblang dilaw ng inyong mga kwento. Kwento, bakit dilaw? Bakit ginto? Sapagkat kayo ay mga Thomasino. You are Thomasian leaders, weaving your own stories in golden fibers, in golden threads. And let it be always gold. Let it be always pure. That is what the Thomasian alumni leaders stand for. So to all of you, my dear Thomasian alumni leaders, congratulations. As I was telling Angie earlier, you never waned. You always have an enduring commitment in your mission to move on and to enhance and to train leaders. And today, they are now creating a new image. It's their turn to create an image of empowerment. The image of empowerment is a process. It's a process of passing on the power of leadership to you. But the power is not just a force. The power is more than a force. The power is influencing. The power is really bringing you into something good. I really would like to congratulate TALA for its dynamism. From them to you, our young leaders, we pass on today the process of empowerment, the image of empowerment. Power is not enough. Competence is not enough. It has to be completed by values and attitudes. That is how you are going to be whole. So to everyone, I wish you all the best. And sige na nga, welcome and good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Evelyn Songko. Ma'am, salamat po. Actually, talagang consistent lang po kami in in giving you surprises. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Opo.
Miss Evelyn
Palakpakan po
Songko.
natin, Ma'am Evelyn Songko.
Grabe,
UST
gusto ko
Alumni
yung
Association
tatlong R
President.
na sinabi niya.
Yes.
Redefining, reconnecting, and hala,
Ano yun? Hindi ka nag-notes,
nakalimutan ko
ah?
na yung,
Ano yung
ay,
isang pang R?
isang R. Ano yung isang R
Kung
doon?
talaga nakikinig kayo.
Reviewing. I love
Principal.
it.
Ayan,
I
alam
love
talaga
it,
ni
Miss
Principal.
Erica.
Ayan.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Pero ako, isa sa nag-struck sa akin kay Ma'am Evelyn kanina is the word empowerment. Can we all say that word? 1, 2, 3.
Empowerment.
Empowerment. Because that is the main purpose of why we are doing this kind of TikToks. These leaders that we have later on for the panel discussion will empower you, will share their thoughts, their wisdom, para kayong mga leaders din in your generation will still be empowered and will
Yes.
still thrive, no? To succeed and to be a good leader. No?
And-
Not just an ordinary leader.
Correct yan, Mon. Kasi kanina din, no, what really struck me then is the, sabi ni Miss Evelyn na, turning all the bad into beautiful things. Marami sa atin, we go through a lot, lalo na yung pandemic, and we formed something out of it so beautifully. That's a very good metaphor to reflect on.
Parang pang beauty queen din, no? Pero mamaya pa yung mga ibang mga masasabi namin at malamang baka maubusan tayo ng oras
Yes,
pag inulit
ayan
natin.
na, oo.
Again, special message pa lang po yun. Okay, special message pa lang. But this time, we want to call on stage for the welcome remarks the President of TALA, Sir Ban Joseph Ang. Palakpakan po natin si Sir Ban.
Thank you, and good afternoon again. And I thought when Ma'am Songko went to the stage, we'll go proceed with the program. But maybe I'll make it short and continue with the theme with what Ma'am Songko have shared. No? And as you know, we in TALA, TALA stands for Thomasian Alumni Leaders Association. So it's a group of previous student leaders, no, formed together to somehow give back, no? Kasi yung main team nga natin, as you can see, leaders empowering leaders. And sa akin, whenever I hear the word empower or empowering, I'll just share siguro one story. I don't know if Ma'am Songko still remember this, pero when I was still a student leader, no, back here in UST, she shared a thought to us, and it's something that I've carried with me up until this day. Kasi today, no, marami kayong makikita. There are a lot of successful people that you come and meet and be inspired by them. But the main difference between successful people and leaders, babalik ako doon, no, sa sinabi ni Ma'am Songko. This was siguro more than 20 years ago or almost 20 years ago. Sabi niya, leaders are like flowers. No? Akala ko nga sasabihin na ng Ma'am Songko doon sa lotus, no? But leaders are like flowers because flowers, when they bloom, they don't bloom for themselves. No? When they become beautiful, no, flowers don't really see themselves. They don't really get in front of a mirror and really appreciate the beauty when they bloom. No? Flowers, like leaders, they bloom not for themselves but for others. And that's the big difference. No? You can go on in life. No? When you graduate, you join the workforce, you chart your own career and you become successful, you become well-known. You end up becoming rich, but really, if you only do it for yourself, no, that's the big difference. No? And you can only say that you have bloomed not for yourself, but for others, is when you start empowering other people. And that's what TALA stands for. No? And we hope that when you graduate, you'll also join us in this advocacy. No? Kasi, of course, in UST, like any other universities, there are many different alumni associations within your senior high school, within your own colleges, when you go to college, or currently right now, no, there are alumni associations, of course, also that you can join or become part of. But TALA, in its advocacy, ang main focus really is around empowering. And you can see the faces, no? Again, ang ganda nung, I was just talking to Froy, our Vice President in TALA, no? During our time, backdrop pa, no? Poproblemahin mo. Ngayon, ang bilis na, no? LED na, and iba yung dating, no? So, when you look at the faces in front of you, there's really only most of them, no? One similarity across, everyone that we'll see on the stage is they've been student leaders before. And it's nice to hear, and what I can tell you, this is a very rare opportunity to really have, to really hear their insights, hear about their experiences way ahead before you encounter it. No? Kasi everything only adds up. And today, the challenges are different. Siguro yun na rin, no? Kanina nagre-react kami, iba-iba na yung positions available for student leaders. Siguro, it's how we adapt with the times, right? Because the things we encounter, the challenges we face, we just, are still going through the pandemic right now. It also changed the way we live and how we take on challenges every day. So hopefully, as we welcome later on our panelists on the stage, you make the most of this opportunity. Because remember, you just don't go there and sit and spend a couple of hours. No, it's actually one of the initial investments that you're starting to make for you to become successful and hopefully become a successful leader in the future. So thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you very much, Sir Ban. Salamat po. You know what? Sir Ban is also the regional executive for J&J or Johnson & Johnson subsidiary. Palakpakan po natin our president for TALA, Sir Van Ang.
Yes. And Mon, no, kanina we mentioned the UST Alumni Association and all other guests. But may we mention again all of those TALA officers. President Van Ang, kanina nag-ating special opening remarks. Vice President Attorney Froy Pitpit.
Attorney Froy is there.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for being with us. Secretary Ces San Juan.
Mrs. Okay.
Hi, Mrs. And,
Ito kailangan malakas ang palakpakan.
Oo. Our treasurer, Miss Erica Bolaños, our principal. Wow. Auditor Jeff Tarayaw.
Palakpakan po natin.
Palakpakan natin. And of course, our PRO, Mr. Chito Maniago. Also, our Chairman Emeritus, Angie Tuazon.
Ate Angie is there.
Good afternoon, ma'am. And former TALA President, Sir Henry Tenedero. And again, we, in our FB Live, we are greeting all our TALA members and our alumni.
Oh, speaking of live, live po tayo ngayon talaga sa Facebook, particularly on UST Alumni Association, UST Senior High School, and UST TALA Facebook pages. Kung gusto i-verify, check nyo, tapos share nyo na rin yan.
Yes, click and share.
Yes.
Tama nga sila. All right, so let's get into our TikTok. Sino nga ba ang ating first guest for today?
Mahirap pala magpaka-Gen Z na cellphone ang ginagamit. Palipat-lipat ako ng ng mga application.
Kasi nagtatrabaho din siya
Oo, hindi.
while hosting.
Hindi.
Ganon siya ka-leader. Sabi nga ni Miss Soko, pag maraming ginagawa, leader daw. Ganon po talaga siya.
Oo, pero again, ang lalaki po ng mukha namin dito, no? So papakilala na namin isa-isa ang mga panelists natin.
Yes,
And
we're
starting
excited.
with probably my colleague, no? In the broadcast media, this guy graduated sa UST Elementary, UST High School, and UST AB Journalism, and started his career in journalism when he was only 10 years old.
Wow.
Grade 5 student siya nun, when he was part of the Junior TV Patrol from ABS-CBN. And of course, kilalang-kilala, no? A former senior TV news reporter for ABS-CBN for 21 years. Wow! Kalahati nung akin yung pwede. Galing mo, grabe. President of UST Journalism Society when he was in college and founding chairman of Thomasian Alliance for Press Freedom, UST Total awardee, and AB Gantimpala awardee. Again, one of my Lodi in broadcast media.
Lodi.
Exclusive to palagi.
Oo, naririnig
Ayan.
ko na talaga, napapanood ko siya.
Exclusive.
Talaga.
Oo. Let's all welcome Mr. Dolan Castro. Palakpakan po natin.
Hi, sir. All right. Our next guest, of course, alumni natin siya.
Yes.
She is our alumni from College of Science, and she is also the World Wildlife Fund Ambassador.
Wow.
And of course, the Miss Earth 2017. Let's give a big round of applause to Miss Karen Ibasco.
Ganda.
O, diba? Hi, Miss Karen. O, diba? Nako,
Hi.
ang stories niya mamaya, she will share a lot of stories, success stories about her life as a beauty queen, of course, her life as an alumni here in UST. Our next guest, of course, he is currently country head for government affairs, communications and sustainability of Zwilig Pharma. He is also the former vice president of GCash and regional director of CEMEX for Asia, Middle East, and Africa. He worked for companies like Shell, Pfizer, and GSK and started as also a reporter for ABS-CBN.
Yes.
Ayan, mga kakulig talaga ni Mon. And he was named Most Outstanding Transformative Leader by the Management Association of the Philippines and SGV in 2021. Recently lang. Also, he is the most outstanding Kapampangan 2000, most outstanding Mexicano 1999, most outstanding Fernandino 2022, and the UST TAN or DTAN Alumni Honorary 2019 and former ABSC President. No other than, let's give him a big round of applause, Mr. Chito Maniago.
Lodi din to eh. Hi, Sir Chito.
Ay, eto talaga. Okay. Nako.
Okay. Ikaw na.
Nako, grabe. Ngayon talaga, alam mo, so sobrang bigatan talaga ng mga guests natin. Nako, hindi talaga, ito ang kanilang mga credentials na kailangan nating marinig. Okay. Our last guest for today is an associate professor of theology at the University of Santo Tomas and concurrently serves as the principal of the UST Senior High School. Woo! She completed her PhD in theology at UST with a concentration on the biblical Paul and finished a biblical studies certificate at the Israel Institute of Biblical Studies. Let's give a big round of applause to Miss Erica Bolaños.
Ako may trivia kay Ma'am Erica. I don't know if you know this one. She graduated also, just like Kuya Dolan, na from UST Elementary,
Wow.
UST High School, and sa college. Actually, magkaklase silang dalawa. Palakpakan ulit
Grabe,
natin.
palakpak. Full blood, full yellow blood.
Yes, talagang loyalty awardee.
Loyalty awardee. Ayan, Mon, pwede na natin silang kumustahin dyan over there.
Alright, I'll go
Dito tayo.
dito ako sa side na to.
Ayan.
Sige. Again, this TikToks is very casual kwentuhan lamang. But from that simple and casual kwentuhan, most probably, meron kayong makukuha ng mga learnings
Naku,
from
excited
our
na ako.
panelists. Ako rin excited eh. Kasi
Super,
definitely
super.
marami ako makukuha ulit ng mga learnings. Parang marirefresh. Kay Ma'am Song ko lang kanina, kay Sir Van. Ang dami ko ng mga napick.
Correct. Nare-refresh talaga ako na parang, uy, this is how a leader should be. And pagbalik ko sa office bukas, I am refreshed and I am inspired to do more. Diba? Ayan.
So
Tayo
let's-
rin talaga very excited. Sila
Oo.
din. Sila din.
Are you excited? Yes!
Ayun, actually, Mon, marami na tayo. May mga
Oo.
pumapasok-pasok na from
Thank you
different
for
colleges. Senior high school.
Senior
Ayan.
high school, and I think some of the college students are also here. Ayan. Pwesto po kayo sa harapan para kung may dumating pa, merong space for them at the back. So let's get the ball rolling, no? And siguro let's address the first few questions to Karen, no? Pardon lang siguro sa mga ibang panelists natin dito. So, well, una, thank you for being here, no? Thank you for being with us, with all the Thomasian leaders na nandito ngayon. Pero gusto ko malaman, no? Kasi ito kanina parang nabanggit about transformational leadership. Siguro, some of us are asking, how about your definition of transformational leadership, Karen? Ayan. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Ayan.
Hello?
Ayan, okay.
Good.
Everybody can hear me. Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Hi.
Alright. Sige, I'm very honored to be here, honestly. You know, when it was introduced earlier, sabi nila, lahat daw na speakers were student leaders. But honestly, I was not a student leader when I was young. But it's never too late for you to become a leader. It never is. So when I was a student, I was not very active. I was very more on focus on my career. So when we say transformative leaders, I really see someone who is a leader in all aspects, not just in their profession, especially in their personal lives. You know, it's a combination of everything that you do. So it's a person that very competent with what they do. At the same time, learning never stops for you. You surround yourself with people that you listen to, that you can actually grow with constructive criticism. You know, growth never stops. Learning never stops for you. And it was mentioned earlier, anong difference ng isang successful people to a leader? A leader is someone that can influence and motivate in their circle of influence. So it's not just based on what you can gain as a person. It's important for you, it's essential for you to grow, but it's also important for you to understand that it's not just about your own growth, but also helping other people to grow in the process.
Wow, that's a good explanation of transformative.
Napagano na lang ako, whoa.
Kasi while I was listening to Miss Karen, parang sinasabi ko, what's the difference between a leader and a manager? Knowing that we're working in corporate, no? Parang sabi niya, you are inspiring them to do better things, to be better than. So you're not only doing that for yourself. Sabi nga ni Sir Banded, you're not doing that for yourself. You're doing also for other people. And that's a transformative leadership for her. That's a good reflection.
Yun nga, speaking of transformation, no? Well, sabi nga ni Karen kanina, she was not a student leader that time, pero she is actually producing that kind of leadership,
Yes.
no? On what she is right now, di ba? At alam nyo ba? Sorry, syempre, na-focus ako dun sa pagiging beauty queen kasi ni Karen. I'm just curious. Nung UST days, sumali ka rin sa mga Thomasian personality, mga Mr. and Miss UST.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Sorry, showbiz question.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I mean, maybe someone here would love to do that. When I was a student, sumali ako, but I actually lost college pala. Hindi na ako mabot sa university.
You lost? Sino yung nanalo? So,
I lost.
you lost? You lost college level?
College level pala. Hindi na ako mabot ng university. So, can you imagine? I never thought. I had a dream of wanting to represent my
Yes.
country, to shout Philippines one day, but I thought maybe it would never happen because I thought that I never had the confidence like other people had. So it was a process for me to build that kind of confidence. You know, when I was a student, when I started working, but it was funny because the process is very crucial for you to grow. Even though you all have different paths, that's fine. That's the most important thing for you to understand. So for other people, they might grow at a specific time, and you are not yet growing. It's fine. You know, you have your own path. Just continue and move forward. Don't get stuck there. Continue with your process because you will learn many things with your experiences, with the people that you're going to work with. I can still remember that I started becoming better, starting with my college. Did you know that I couldn't speak in a crowd before?
Oh, di
And
naman
I
halata.
couldn't speak in straight, no, honestly, and I couldn't speak in straight English before. That was me. But I started going out of my comfort zone when I went to college because everybody didn't know anyone. So it was a reset button for me. So I wanted to understand what are the skills that I have. So it was the start of my process. But then when I was telling you, I didn't win Miss UST, I didn't win the college level, it's fine. That was a part of my process. But you have to continue. So I graduated in UST Quadricentennial batch. I wasn't educationally inclined, but I want to say this not because I'm proud or anything, but I'm so grateful that I graduated with flying colors in my bachelor's degree. And then I continue on with my master's degree in the graduate school under the UST scholarship.
Wow.
No, honestly, this is something that I would love to share to students. Now, you should not look down on yourself. No, you're young. You just continue in the process. You just continue in your path. And I'm so grateful that I graduated again with flying colors. I mean, this is not something I always tell people. I don't like to be introduced that way. Kasi may pressure, you know, oh, she graduated cum laude twice. So parang the pressure is always on you. So I only say this, especially when I'm in front of students, because I want to encourage them. It's okay. If you're a little timid now, it's fine. Just continue in the process. And you would understand that you would have a pivot point in which, you know, you can be a leader in your own way to other people.
Wow, that's a good story.
At saka, oo.
Ano talaga, I think for me, merong time talaga ang mga tao. You just have to keep going. Na whenever you're down right now, hindi siya palaging ganon. You have to know your strengths and your weaknesses. You have to work on that. Kasi hindi naman din siya, like, hindi naman siya bigla na lang nagkaroon ng koron. Nag-aral din siya. Nag-improve din siya. I like
no?
that. Yun, transformative leader in a sense na personal. Right?
What I love with Karen na kanina sinabi niya is yung lahat naman tayo nakakaranas ng failure. Sinong mga nakaranas ng failure dito? Taas kamay. Exams or
Ayan.
mga
More to
projects.
come.
Oo.
More to come for you guys. Which is good. Fail fast.
Yeah, and what is important with that, kahit may failures, look at the process, di ba? Focus on something na pwede kang mag-grow pa, no? On that kind of failure na nararanasan natin. We have our different stories to tell, pero mind you, no? I think it will make you become better, no? After that kind of failure. Gaya ng mga naranasan ni Karen, ano yun for someone na akala mo it's the end of the world.
Who would
Hindi
have
ka manalo, sa college level pa lang. You should have stopped na, di ba? That time, bakit di ka tumigil?
I did not stop. This is really my story. I wanted to join the competition when I was already working. So I already finished my school. This is very important for me to say, especially to students, finish your school first before wanting to do something else. It's important that you have a good foundation educationally. So that's what I did. I was already working at that time. And I saw that pageants nowadays have evolved. I saw that it was a great platform to actually share a message that could change the world. And that's how I started. I wanted to share a message that could change, And then I started researching. I'm a physics graduate, so what I did was, ano kaya magiging difference ko in the competition? Everybody's joining, a lot of professionals are joining. I saw this is going to be a good start for me. I can start with something that's very essential. There are always three things that I always tell people when you want to do something. It's important that you have a desire. It's something that you like. You're not being pushed to do something. The second one is your purpose. It's not just something that you want to do, but it has to have purpose. And the third is excellence. Do it excellently. So what I did was, in my first competition, I joined Binibining Pilipinas. I didn't win, but that was such a crucial part of me. Will you still continue? So I decided to join again, but I was not a part of the kind of people who would keep on joining until winning crown. I had a timeline because I had a career. So I decided if I'm gonna join again, I'm not gonna win, I'm gonna stop. So I said, last na to, I'm not gonna lie, it's like I did a thesis. I brainstormed. What is the perfect No, I'm not kidding. I researched what is the perfect competition for me. Hey, Miss Earth sounds great. I'm a scientist. I can put it as my platform. I'm a physicist, and there's an environmental science. So I fused two fields. I did my research. I researched about climate change. I researched what is the biggest source of climate change. I've learned it was about carbon emission. I combined my field in physics about energy, about fossil fuels. I'm not going to go into details because it's not my talk. But in short, what I did was that I did an advocacy that was focused on my field. I started advocating about the conservation of energy and the embrace of renewable energy. Ayoko kasi sumali ng parang, I always see people who keeps on joining, who keeps on saying recycle, reuse, and they had no idea what it meant.
Correct, yeah.
So I made sure that I was prepared. I researched, I studied. And when I stepped in the competition, everybody was like, who's this person? Every time she speaks, she understands what she talks about. So I maximized the platform, and I won. I represented the Philippines and also brought the pride back to the country.
Wow. What a great
So kailangan nyo gawin, mag-research na kayo
Mag-aaral
ngayon.
talaga,
Oo.
hindi lang
Oo,
talaga
baka-
sali ng sali.
Pero
Kailangan
galing, no?
talaga, alam natin kung ano yung sinasalihan natin. But Miss Karen, do you feel doubt during those times? Kasi parang narinig ko nga na parang, last na to. But do you feel doubt during the process of, hala, hindi na ba talaga to para sa akin? Do you feel about that way?
Actually, what's funny is that I never thought I was going to win. It was more of like this. I saw it this way. It's important for you to learn how to risk in life. Because if you don't know how to risk in life, may mga bagay na para sa'yo. I always put it an analogy of a gift. A gift can be bought for you. It can be named after you, but technically the gift is not yet yours unless you receive it. When the gift is given to you, you receive it, the gift is yours. So it's like this. Opportunities can be made for you, but as long as you do not risk on that opportunity, you can actually pass through that, and the opportunity can be gone. It can never happen again. In my case, may age limit ang competition eh. So if I did not risk in that specific time, hindi ko malalaman na para siya for me. So the biggest regret, as early at that age, I understood that not knowing what could have happened. So it's good for you to risk. Okay lang na matalo ka, at least nalaman mo, hindi siya para sa'yo.
Yes.
But if you don't risk, in the future, you will have the biggest regret of not knowing what could have happened. Can
Yeah.
you imagine in the future if I did not join, para pala siya sa akin?
Parang what could have been, what could have been.
Yeah.
Naka-ingrained
Walang what
din.
if.
Dami
Walang
mong
what
regrets.
ifs.
Oo, ang dami mong magiging
No
regrets if
regrets.
ever, di ba? Not until you tried it.
Yeah, you risk it. You know,
Yeah.
the magic happens outside of your comfort zone. Life is about risking. So it's important for you to go outside of your comfort zone and do the things that you love with the
Yes,
desire.
I
We pray
love
for
it.
it, of course.
Yes, kailangan talaga we take risk para maganda, yung reward din pabalik, it would be very big for us. Kaya kayo, you have to take risk, no? You have to know your opportunities and grab that chance while you can.
Exactly. But before taking that risk, you need to know your purpose, no? Yung binabanggit kanina ni
Yes,
Karen.
oo.
But that's very, very important, no? The desire, the purpose, and excellent. Excellence. Being
yes.
excellent on the field that you're doing or on
Correct.
anything.
You know, you have to know your sphere of influence and take chances on that. Take risks on that. Ayan.
As much as we want to have Karen here on stage, ang dami. Kanina nakita ko, nag-video na sila sa'yo. Malamang iti-TikTok ka na nila. Yung mga binabanggit mo, no? Pero I think we are just pressed for time for Miss Karen. I think she has another activity
Engagement, yeah.
or engagement afterwards. So we would like to ask for your, I think, closing message for all the leaders who are right here about transformational leadership or anything that you could share with them, leaving them this kind of message po, please.
Wow, thank you so much for having me personally. And thank you for every single one that's here. You know, not just here, but we have an online. We have a great platform that everybody can watch. You can replay it over and over again, so it's great. But honestly, just continue in your path. Maximize your opportunity. Enjoy your season. Huwag kayong magmadali. You know, everybody has their own path. I mean, I'm an example of that. I was a normal student. I was just very much focused. But I knew that there is hope for my future. You know, don't compare yourself to other people. You have your own strengths, you have your own weaknesses. So it's good for you to maximize your strength, know your weaknesses so you can work on it, you know, and just maximize the path that you have, all the opportunities that are going to come to you. Risk more, go out of your comfort zone. Buckle up, enjoy, because you're going to have a great future ahead of you.
Perfect!
Galing naman. It's so inspiring.
Very, very.
Very inspiring.
Oh. And I think we have a citation for Miss Karen. May we invite you here in front?
Nako, nahulog na ang
And of course, may
cellphone.
we invite all the TALA officers to join us here on stage. Of course, sama na rin po yung mga ibang panelists dito. Oo. All
TALA
officers,
officers!
please. May we also invite Miss
Dito
Angie,
tayo, ayan.
Ma'am Songko, for the picture taking, for the photo op. Of course,
Sir Henry. Para ayaw na atang umakit na Sir Henry.
Sir, kailangan nakatabi ni Ma'am Karen. Ayan.
Dito tayo. Ay, dito tayo.
Okay, we'll just read. The citation says, Certificate of Recognition is presented to Miss Karen Ibasco, named as one of UST TALA's transformative leaders as Miss Earth 2017 Environmental Advocate and World Wildlife Fund Philippines Ambassador, given this 23rd day of February 2023 at the UST Blvd Pier, Giorgio, Frassati Auditorium, España Blvd, Manila, Philippines, signed by the officers of TALA, UST TALA. Palakpakan po natin, Miss Karen Ibasco.
Thank you so much, Miss Karen, for gracing us with TikToks here in UST. We've learned so many things about you and about your leadership journey here and outside UST.
Ayan, tatahimik muna kami, ha? Again, another round of applause for Miss Karen Ibasco. Thank you, Miss
Thank
Karen,
you so
for your time.
much.
As much as we want you here, pero I know you have other engagements, baka kailangan ka rin nila doon, pero we are very, very much happy na narinig namin yung mga
Yes.
insights, and
Grabe.
the wisdom, and yung
Oo.
story, no?
The
Story of her. Oo.
Her story of leadership and journey, kung paano din niya na-hurdle ang kanyang mga challenges in life. That's very, very important. And all of those lessons.
Yes, pero si Miss Karen pa lang yun. Meron pa
Nako,
tayong tatlo
paano
dito.
pa yung iba dito? Nako.
Oo. And actually, let's start, no? Talking with these three great people here in front para at least malaman din natin yung mga experiences nila na maaaring ma-share sa atin, especially for the students to be empowered, no? Siguro, let's start
Yes.
with si Sir Dolan, no? Kuya Dolan.
Sir Doland, nako sir, kung kanina we've mentioned transformative leadership, kayo naman, what's your story about transformative leadership?
Ayun. Una muna, babatiin ko muna ating
Yes.
mga Tomasino sa buong mundo, Pilipinas.
Kasi naka-live tayo.
Sa
Naka-live
Live,
tayo.
naka-live tayo ngayon. Ayun, okay. Yan. Sa mundo na ginagawa namin ni Mon, ni Chito, for a while, nagano rin si Chito no, sa media. Talagang ang puhunan sa media is yung credibility mo, integrity. No? Hindi kailangan masyadong matalino dito sa media. Ang kailangan dito yung pogi. joke lang.
Ay,
Kasama
parang
rin yun.
okay
Kasama rin.
naman. Akala ko talaga sa media kailangan boses. No?
Boses. Kasama rin yun. Credibility and integrity. At syempre yung pagkatao mo. Pusukatin ka dito ng pagkatao mo. Dahil ang halaga dito kung paano mo babalansin ang storya, kung paano mo ipapakita sa tao yung nangyari, di ba? Kung ano yung totoo na nangyari, ng kaganapan. At dahil nga transformational leadership ang pinag-uusapan natin at tayo naman ay nasa industriya for 21 years na nung nag-retire lang ako nitong 2 years ago, no? At nakita natin na nung sa EBS-CBN ako, no, ako nagkitrain ng mga bagong reporters. So yung mga senior reporter ngayon doon, karamihan ng mga trainee ko. So lahat, for 1 month, kasama ko sila sa crew cab. Even si Chito, alam ko, nag-train ka din sa akin noon, di ba? Nung bago siyang reporter. Ang lagi kong sinasabi sa kanila na nandito tayo hindi para magpapogi o magpaganda, para sumikat, no? Dito tayo para magbalita at magpakita ng tama. No? Yung integridad importante at credibility. Yun ang puhunan natin dito. Para paniwalaan tayo ng tao. No? Lagi ko sinasabi sa kanila na ang balita para sa akin, not for sale. Not for sale ang balita para sa akin. Although, syempre, sa negosyo, sa aspeto ng negosyo, binibenta talaga ang balita. Pero para sa ating mga journalist, kasi tayo, but not for sale, bawal tayong tumanggap. Bawal tayong tumanggap ng pera kasi para nating binibenta na yung balita natin ito na ipagkatao na rin natin kasama na doon. And I'm proud to say, no, na natutuwa ako na dahil tayo ay mga Tomasino, siguro yung pinakamaganda na naibahagi natin sa industriya ng media, no, yung talagang dahil meron tayong mga takot sa Diyos, lahat ayaw natin ng mga maling ginagawa, no? At yun yung maganda ko na i-share sa ating mga bagong leaders sa media industry. Naiwan ko sa ABS-CBN, I'm proud na sila ay nakasunod sa ating mga itinuro, ating mga naging guidance, no? Mahigpit na mahigpit yung ating ethics sa journalism na bawal kang tatanggap sa mga politiko. Dahil syempre ayaw natin magkaroon ng dyan papasok yung
Bahid, no?
bahid, oo. Ika nga may kikilingan. Sabi nga sa ibang sasyon, may kikilingan, may poprotektahan, di ba?
Yeah.
Hindi ganun. O kaya, kailangan yung totoo lang sabihin natin, di ba? Yung totoo lang. Tsaka kung ano talaga ang nangyari. Tayo pwedeng diktahan, no? Diktahan ng mga ito, no? So, yun yung isang bahagi sa aspeto na yun, na na-transform natin itong mga bago. Yung mga dati, mga bagito pa lang na report at ngayon, sila na yung mga senior na nasa industriya. At yun ang atin naituro sa kanila. At napakaganda na hanggang ngayon ay ginagawa nila. Pagdapas ko naman sa industriya, itong 2 years ago, nagpandemya nga tayo, nagkaroon ako ng pagkakataon na sumabak naman sa ibang aspeto ng pagtulong. Tayo ay tumakbo sa politika, but meron tayong advocacy ang kinarga. No, meron tayong dinalang advocacy. Naniniwala tayo sa advocacy na dapat nabigyan ng hanap buhay ang karamihan sa ating mga kababayan. Lalo nung pandemya. No? Nung pandemya, nasa bahay lang lahat ng tao. No?
Kulong lahat.
Yes, kulong lahat, di ba? Tapos, umasa lahat sa ayuda. Sa, ano tong ayuda? Itong mga bigas-bigas, nung pandemya, di ba? Yan ang mga binibigay, na nauubos naman, di ba? So, sabi ko, ano kaya maganda nating ibigay, maibigay ko, may tulong na hindi mawawala sa kanila. Which, tinay up ko yung isang TESDA center na kaibigan natin, Thomasian din siya, no? Sa CMQC, si Sir Franco, Claridad. Nag-tie up kaming dalawa, no? Yung CMQC nila. Ngayon gumawa kami ng TESDA call center. Mga nanay ito, around 300 at a time na mga walang hanap buhay. Walang hanap buhay ng mga nanay, nasa bahay lang. Nag-graduate ng call center, nagkatrabaho sila. Hanggang ngayon, may hanap buhay itong 300 na ating mga naging scholar.
Wow.
Bit-bit na nila yun.
Yes. At hanggang ngayon, nabubuhay nila yung kanilang mga pamilya. So yun yung
Very
sinasabi ko.
sustaining, no? Sustaining yung...
Sustainable ang
yes,
nangyari.
yung pag-share mo sa kanila nung something na pwede nilang pakinabangan.
Tama. At doon papasok ngayon itong transformation leadership na sinasabi ko.
Yes.
Na hindi tayo dapat makontento sa yung mabilis lang na nawawala ng mga may bibigay natin. Pero ito, kapaki-pakinabang. Sabi ko lang sa mga naging scholar natin, sa 300 gumraduate, alam ko, halahati sa kanila, hanggang ngayon may hanap buhay pa rin. Nagtinuloy nila yung, kumikita na sila ng around 30 to 40,000 hanggang ngayon. No? So, mga nasa mga lugar na depressed area, doon sila hanggang ngayon, no? Nakaka-chat ko sila. So, nakakatuwa na nabago natin ang buhay nila sa ating maliit na pamamaraan. So, yun dapat nating tandaan. Saan mang aspeto tayo dalhin ng ating karera? Sa edukasyon o sa atin sa media o sa public service, no? Lagi nating isipin kung anong maiiwan natin na legacy sa mga taong to at tinulungan natin. Na dapat yung legacy na yun, sinimulan natin hanggang sa wala na tayo. Ngayon wala na, 'di ba? Tapos na yung scholarship program, pero andun pa rin sila. Andun pa rin yung ating naibahagi.
Kumbaga naka-ingrain na.
Yes.
Ingrained
So yun
na
po.
yun eh.
Kaya tamang dapat sabihin natin, yung title natin ngayon, no, leaders, empowering leaders, no. I encourage yung ating mga student leaders sa UST dito, no, na talagang makita nila yung kahalagahan na magbigay natin sa mga kapwa natin na nangangailangan.
Few points, no? Palakpakan natin, Sir Dolan. Palakpakan po natin. Few points na binabanggit ni Sir Dolan kanina, no? Actually, yung training, the reporters, yung mga newbies, it's something challenging. Kasi, alam mo na may merong general perspective na kagad yung public or yung papasok sa media na mundo ng corruption, di ba?
Correct.
And it's very, very challenging how to transform them na, hindi,
Yes.
this is not the way it has to be, di ba? Parang you need to transform them into something that you need to be, alam mo yun, full of integrity, credibility, and if you're doing that kind of purpose in life or purpose in your work, and you will have no problem at all.
Maganda ang may mentor na gano'n na dun sa kanya nagsisimula na, ito yung itinuro sa akin. So, ito ang gagawin ko. Diba?
Yung tama.
Yung tama.
Yun.
And I like what Sir Dolan has shared to us na nag-transform talaga from being a news reporter. Tapos ngayon tumutulong na siya. Parang ang ganda nung kanyang journey through
Do not
that.
limit yourself into your comfort zone, no? In helping others, no? Ngayon, students tayo. Students kayo pala. Nakikita tayo. Mga students kayo, no? Pero, alam mo yun, exploring other things.
Possibilities,
diba? Of course.
capabilities, marami pa dyan, diba? Sir Dolan, gusto ko lang din malaman, from that value that you have, that you taught to the junior reporters, sino bang naging role model mo? You mentioned, of course, yung hubog ng pagiging Tomasino. Pero sino ba yung naging role model mo in terms of that, in terms of teaching those newbies in the industry?
Well, sa akin kasi, siguro, aside nga sa eskwelahan natin, sa UST, na natutunan natin yung mga values na maganda, I would like it, I'll give it to my parents siguro, yung role model natin, yung, para sa akin, yung mga magulang ko na talagang naghubog din sa atin kung sino tayo ngayon at kung sino tayo sa ating mga kapwa-tao, sa ating kapwa. So, ako natutuwa na sa pamamagitan nila na yung kasama yung values na natutunan sa UST at sa mga sa pamilya namin, sa parents ko, and siguro doon ko nakuha talaga. Doon ko nakuha rin yung mga pagtulong, tsaka yung importansya na pahalagahan mo yung pangalan mo. No? Kasi meron lang tayo, pag pinanganak tayo, yung pangalan lang natin muna. At pangalan ng ating pamilya. So, huwag nating babahiran yung pangalan na binigay sa ating mga magulang. Importante yun. Dahil hanggang sa magkaanak tayo, magkaapo tayo, bit-bit nun yung, sabi nga nila, di ba, sa buhay, darating yung punto na magiging alamat ka na lang sa mga, kwento ka na lang, di ba? Gandahan natin yung kwento natin.
Ay, maganda
di ba? Gandahan natin yung kwento natin na iiwanan na legacy sa mga bata at sa mga bagong magiging leaders.
Yan. We are talking a lot about transformational leadership, students, I mean, sa TikToks na ito. So probably, gusto ko hingan din ng personal definition itong sunod nating mga panelists dito.
Gusto ko rin malaman to.
Kasi they have their own definition
Stories,
of transformational leadership. Kasi yun nga, it's very challenging after 2 years na naka-lockdown tayong lahat, We need to be transformed kahit papaano.
Oo, diba? Dapat may makuha din tayo from pandemic. Kasi hindi lang basta, okay, lockdown, then tuloy ang buhay. Kailangan nag-transform din tayo all throughout those years.
So, this time, we want to hear from our next 2 panelists here. Of course, starting with the lady here in the middle, Ma'am Erica. How about you? What's your personal definition of transformational leadership? We're just very curious about it.
Thank you, Mon. So good afternoon, everybody. Magandang hapon sa inyo lahat. Okay. We could actually define what transformational leadership is, but let's not go to those things, those theoretical things. I seldom say my background for leadership, but this, I think, is the first time that I will say this. I learned transformational leadership when I was a teenager. Siguro common denominator natin, I started with ABS-CBN Foundation Volunteers Incorporated for Bantay Edukasyon. So before AFV, ABS-CBN Foundation Volunteers, we have 3 arms, Bantay Bata, Bantay Edukasyon, then the Hospicio, yung sa minor sa Garay, Bulacan. So when I was a student council president in the College of Education, I was looking for some more things to do other than serving the College of Education. And I saw that they're looking for volunteers. And I'm a practice teacher, so I started in 3rd year, then up until I was teaching. Teacher ako, so gaya ni Karen kanina, what best way to give back but to do what you're good at? And I think if there's one thing that is good for transformational leadership is being charismatic and not being beautiful. Charisma is not about being beautiful or guapo, partner. Not about that. Pero you know your gift. You're aware of your gift. And you are supposed to inspire people by your gift. And I know, Mama Songko told me, medtech po ako dati. I studied at the Faculty of Pharmacy, medtech. My life story is a story of maalaala mo kaya. So I seldom say my story now. It's broadcasted. So goodness. Anyway, so I was working. I had to work. But at the Faculty of Pharmacy, I cannot work at the same time finish 28 units. So how will I finish? So since I have to work, I had to shift. So I went to Mama Songko, Ma'am Songko. Ma'am Songko was the director of student affairs during that time. And she told me, actually she decided for me. And the very first time that I allowed a person to decide for my life was when she said, marunong ka magturo. Sa EHS, EHS-an po ako. As student council president ako ng EHS. Sabi niya, marunong ka magturo ka. And I did. I shifted to the College of Education. I followed what the wisdom of a person has. Kumbaga, yun yung tiwala. And then I saw my gift. So when I went to ABS-CBN Foundation, I volunteer every Sunday for Bantay Edukasyon. So sa hospisyo, as a 163, tatawag ka, di ba? So I did not do the call center because I'm studying. So if, let's say, for example, your case is that tapos parents, no, may case, the SWD, etc. Then the children will be at the hospice care at Narsagray, Bulacan. And if it's done when they're therapy and all these months of formation, we give them tutorial session, values education. So I handle kids. That's where I realize what I want to do in my life. And I think transformational leadership is very close to servant leadership. So as a student council president, as AFV, ABS-CBN Foundation volunteer, I also did market catechesis. So hindi po ako sikat sa mga malalaking tao, pero sikat po ako sa palengke ng Litex. Yung pag maglalakad ka, ang papansin sa'yo, ay, Ate Erica, no? So, sikat po ako sa palengke. Kasi po, naalala niyo, if you're familiar with Commonwealth Avenue, there are two chapels there. The very big one is St. Peter's. Mayayaman na nanda doon.
Maganda yun. Maganda yung church na yun.
Ganon, di ba? Hindi ako din nag-volunteer. Nagturo po ako sa Kristong Hari, parokya ng Kristong Hari, na siguro parang 6 na classroom lang ng senior high school ang laki. Kasi doon, ang mga nagsisimba ay mga tindera sa palengke sa bangketa. So I learned how to lead because I think it's important that you know how to serve. And I think that's transformational leadership.
Yung pivot, no? I don't know, parang yung kay Ma'am Song ko na binabanggit mo, ma'am, it's challenging. And how do you embrace that? Kasi syempre, for sure you will have doubts nung time na yon, kakayanin ko ba and
Nung
all.
sinabi niya magturo ako,
Exactly.
you know, my dream in life is to become a doctor. When I was very young, I have high regards with stature. Mayabang ako. Juarez, mayabang ako nung bata ako. Kasi alam ko na may utak ako. Sorry, I'll be very honest. Alam ko may utak ako, so mayabang ako. So sabi ko sa sarili ko, I'll become a doctor. But I think that's not what God wanted me. Because I had no money. I had no money to finance myself to becoming a doctor. So I learned how to trust. I learned how to trust God through the people that He sent me. And I had Mama Songko to trust. When she said, magturo ka, pag ako nagturo, hindi ako makapag-aral. So sabi ko sa sarili ko, ano bang gusto ko sa buhay? Gusto ko makatapos. Gusto ko makatulong sa pamilya ko. And this is what I learned. You bloom where you are planted. You bloom where you are planted.
Ang ganda nun.
And the one who will, the place where you will be planted will not be determined by yourself. Someone higher than you will determine that. And that's, I think, very important.
And I think, parang yung ma-appreciate ka ng ibang tao, you will not expect this one, Okay, akala mo mas mauuna makaka-appreciate sa'yo yung mga tao na sa paligid mo. But it will never be that way, no? So what you need to do is just do the best that you can.
Sometimes wala kang appreciation sa tao eh. Sometimes
wala
you do things na
wala
ito na,
talaga at all.
binigay ko na lahat, pero still hindi ka pa rin recognize. You're not appreciated.
Pero mind you, once you do your thing on the best capacity that you can, may makakapansin at may makakapansin sa'yo. No? Darating yung time.
Yes, as long as you're sowing seeds of your purpose, eventually, diba? Eventually you'll be recognized. And you don't live for recognition. You live for your purpose.
Exactly. At yun nga, well, we are all, I mean, you are all leaders here, pero at the same time, you are all students. So magandang foundation pa rin yung education.
Correct.
Di ba?
Yes.
May pagmamalaki mo yun eh.
Yes.
Yun talaga, may pagyayabang mo. No?
Correct.
Sorry for the word, pero
Oo.
totoo naman.
Oo. Tsaka gusto ko rin sinabi ni Miss Erica na you bloom where you planted because as a Thomasian, no, may mga office mates din akong Thomasian. Kahit saan mo sila dalhin, talagang mag-shine sila. Saan mo dalhin, may mabibigay sila, makakapag-lead sila. And I like that.
Makaka-relate sa yung mga alumni na nandito
Oo.
ngayon sa kayo mga nanonood siguro online. Hello po.
Yes.
And shout out. Ayan, okay. How about our third panelist here? Of course, nako, very close din sa atin to, no, Sir
Yes.
Chito. Pero marami ding kwento ito eh.
And nako, napakadaming inspiring
Maraming
stories
hugot.
to.
Maraming hugot to eh. Pero
Oo.
let's start with the transformational leadership, Sir Chito.
Yeah,
How will you define that? And-
before anything
Yes, please.
else, yan, can I just request everyone to stand? Tayo tayong lahat. And put your hands on the person in front of you. Harap tayo lahat dito. Doon. Harap kayo lahat doon.
Ay, may mga students, hello, dito sa
Ayan.
Ayan.
Harap lahat doon. Can you face this way? Put
Face
your
to your
hands on the shoulders of the person in front of you and give him or her a nice massage.
Ay, massage.
Come on, yan.
Lugi yun,
Shatsu,
massage po.
Swedish.
Wow, wala ako. Ayan,
Alright.
massage.
Yan, massage.
And tell that person, I am proud of you.
I am proud of you.
All right, turn the other way around. Please
Ako naman,
turn
ako
the
naman.
other way around.
Ako naman.
Gantihan nyo naman. Massage,
Ayan,
massage,
ayan.
massage.
Kabila na, kabila na, kabila na.
Dapat masarap yan, di ba?
Yan. Pakitigas, diin pa, pakidiin. Ayan.
And then tell the person in front of you, I love you.
I love you.
Ayun.
All right, thank you. Please be seated.
O, diba? At
Si
least,
Sir Henry, parang gustong-gusto pang masahihin siya ni
parang,
Miss Angie eh.
nabitin ako sa massage.
Dito pa, sa likod
Ayan.
pa.
Pakibaba pa ng konti. Ayan. Parang may mga lamig-lamig pa ako dun eh, no? Okay, thank you. At least medyo na warm up sila, Sir Chito. Pero
energy.
ayan,
All right. So that concludes my
Ay, hindi
sharing.
pa. Oh,
for
hindi
this
pa.
hour. Ay, di pa ba? Sorry.
we want to hear more. Okay.
Alam mo,
Di ba?
I'm looking at my dearest Ate Angie and Ate Minnie now, no? And of course, Ma'am Songko, Sir Henry. You know, all the stories I'm hearing from my partner, Erica, these are the stories I haven't heard before. Si Kuya Dolan, kasama ko yan sa org, but I don't know really his
Story.
parang, you know, the fervent desires of his heart, no? Integrity, leading communities and all. We heard from Karen a while ago, fantastic story. Beyond beauty really is parang your purpose in life, right? And I wish we did this earlier, Ate Angie, no? And I was telling our dearest Ma'am Songko, Ma'am, ang sarap po yatang ituloy nitong TikToks, no? Kahit twice a year lang.
Gusto niyo ba?
Because we have, you know,
Yes.
a wealth of alumni stories which we can pass on to our students now, and this will create really such a huge halo effect, no, on what UST can in fact contribute not just to the country but to the whole world. Do you agree?
Yes.
And for me, Mon, this is really what transformational leadership is all about. Transformational leadership is leading through difficult times. Leading through difficult.
Just like now.
Yeah. Siguro, i-share ko yung story ko. Sabi ni partner Erica, pang MMK yung story niya, di ba? So, ikaw yung episode 1, ako yung episode 2, ha? Imagine, Mon, di ba, Sir Henry, hindi po ako mapapagod na ikwento yung story ako na nung nag-aaral ako, nakitira ako sa tita ko, kapatid ng nanay ko, sa Guadalupe. Wala naman kaming bahay dito sa Maynila. So makikitira ka talaga sa kamag-anak. Ang pinapabaon sa akin ng nanay ko at ng tatay ko, 40 pesos. Mon, 40 pesos. Eh yung FX noon from Guadalupe to España, back and forth, mga nasa 22 pesos na. Ibig sabihin, kailangan mong pagkasyahin yung 18 pesos,
18 pesos
mo
na lang.
para sa pagkain mo. So usually, bibili ako ng isang malaking mais sa dapitan and that would tide me over for the entire day, right? But you know what? Looking back, my gosh, habang kinakain ko yung mais na yon, ang laki ng ngiti sa bibig ko.
Masarap.
Masarap siya, di ba?
Exactly.
At nakakabusog siya, di ba? At kumbaga, you know, I didn't realize na medyo malungkot pala yung storya na mais ang kinakain ko. Kaya nga, palagi kong kinukwento kay Sir Henry, tatakbo ako agad sa Office for Student Affairs, Mon. Kasi palaging may pansit sila,
Ayun.
ma'am. May papandesal, etc. But you know what, Mon? Even when I graduated in my first few years of working, I can honestly and sincerely say it was not yet a comfortable life I was able to provide for my family. In fact, si Ate Angie, tinutulungan pa ako nun. Binibigyan niya ako ng maraming racket. Oh, Chito, sige. Oh, magsulat ka ng press release about Mitsui, about yung trucking business namin. And she would give me some allowance, no? Because she knows the story of my family. No? For me, transformational leadership is first and foremost acknowledging and accepting the facts and circumstances where you operate in. Right, partner? Hindi pwedeng maisang kinakain mo, pero ang nasa utak mo, crispy pata pala yung ano, di ba? Parang, you need to be humble enough to realize that this is where you are right now. But it shouldn't stop you from actually aspiring for more and doing more. And more than that, di ba, effecting change to ensure that you are able to inspire and empower other people. That's what I learned when I was student council president of ABSC, Kath, no? Nakakahiya man sabihin, Ma'am Songko, ang UST bahain. nung time na yan. Hanggang pag ang baha dati, hanggang dito, ay, corny yan, di ba? Dapat mga bewang levels ang baha. Nararanasan niyo pa bang bahain?
Binabaha pa ba?
Hindi
Ay,
na?
parang wala naman.
Sad.
Ay, wala.
Sad. Hindi, joke. Pero nung kami, dapat na, bewang levels, di ba? Natatandaan ko, Mon, when I was student council president, natulog yung mga estudyante sa EB building because you had no choice, no? Siguro, wala pa naman definition ang transformational leadership nun. But I had the courage to actually pick up the phone and call the late Dean Armando de Jesus, no? Sir, sabi ko, may mga estudyante po tayo dito. Pwede po bang kausapin ko yung branch manager ng Jollibee Dapitan? Mag-order ako ng 200 na yum burger. And he was dumbfounded. Sabi niya, okay, sige, di ba? Para do what you can, no? And this is really what I want to impart to our student leaders now. Mon, no? Ibang-iba kasi yung ginagalawan nating mundo nung tayo yung mga bata sa ginagalawan nilang mundo ngayon. Right? And we are in no position to tell them that we are better. Because they, in fact, can be better than us.
Oo, sobra. Pwede.
Right? Ang sinasabi ko, the challenge for all the youth of today, not just our leaders, but for the youth in general, is to always be forward thinkers. Diba? Huwag mong iisipin yung kung ano yung kinalalagyan mo ngayon. Think of what you can actually do 5 years from now, 15 years from now, 30 years from now, right? Especially when the COVID-19 pandemic struck, right? Alam mo, I read a study which states sa mga kabataan na 18 years old and below, the gravity or the effect of the pandemic in their personal lives and perspectives is parang mas malala kaysa sa ating matatanda. Diba? Why? Because they lost 2 years of their lives in grade school or in high school. Hindi sila nakalabas, hindi sila nakapag-volleyball, hindi sila nakapag-meet up with their friends. It was 2 years of them staying at home, di ba? And, you know, ultimately, in the long run, may effect yun sa kanila. So, the challenge for the youth of today, right, is to, as early as now, right, try to chart your path. Pero sabi nga ni Karen kanina, di ba, don't hurry up because God designed and created specific paths for us. Yung iba, pwede siguro diretso, di ba? Yung iba, medyo pa zigzag tulad ng bagyo, di ba? Yung iba, pataas. Yung iba, pababa. But that doesn't mean that Erica is more successful than I am. Or Sir Henry is richer than Ate Minnie or Ate Angie, di ba? We all have our own stories to tell, so it's really important that we chart our own paths and we savor the journey. Yeah.
Yes.
Palakpakan
Palakpakan naman natin, Sir Chito. Visioning. visioning. No matter what happens right now, you have to have the courage to vision again. To envision something for yourself again. Kasi ang hirap nga naman talaga na pandemic, hopeless. Then you have to have the courage to actually, again, think of the future, that you have hope pa rin, no matter what happens right now.
Curious ako, sir. How do you define success? Kasi you're saying na talagang dapat, alam mo yun, we are looking forward thinkers tayo. Eh. Pero, well, siguro, karamihan na nandito ngayon, pag binagit mo yung forward thinking, ang inisip talagang kagad ng tao yung success eh. But how will you define success?
This is a very important question, especially during our time, no? Probably the way we define success is having several number of cars, right? A big house.
Dati ganyan din ang definition.
Diba? A prestigious title or even being a doctor or a lawyer. Yan yung mga parang pangarap na professions before. But let me tell all of you guys, no? For me, my personal definition of success is being able to give back, first and foremost, to my family. Alam ni Auntie Angie yan, mahal na mahal kong pamilya ko, higit sa sarili ko, I always hold true what we read in the Bible, that we need to honor our parents every day. So everything I do, really umiikot sa nanay ko tsaka sa tatay ko. Pag sinabi ng nanay ko, bili mo ako ng blouse sa SM, sabihin ko, ilan?
Wow!
Diba?
That's success. Sinasabi na kung ilan.
Oo, diba? Pag sinabi ng tatay ko, alika, inom tayo ng beer. Sabi ko, ilang case?
Yeah.
Mga ganyan. No, but kidding aside, really, diba, parang my definition of success is being able to give back, first and foremost, to my family because they nurtured me into who I am, right? Second is giving back to the people dear to me, right? May not necessarily be just my friends. It may be my peers, like my peers sa TALA, right? My colleagues sa Zuilig Pharma or before sa GCash, sa Cemex, etc. It may be long-lost friends, no, na nakakausap mo na lang sa Facebook, or it can even be to the students we are talking to right now, because ultimately whatever you say, diba, every word you say, in fact, has an impact to the receiver. Mon, no? And ultimately, beyond the people close to you and the people you love, to the community and to the nation as a whole. Gusto ko yung sinabi ni Kuya Dolan kanina, no, na 300 na mga nanay, tinuruan nila ni Kuya Franco na magtahi, magtesta, mag-bake, kung ano. And now they are able to provide, no, for their families also. Natutulungan nila yung mga mister nila. So, ako, if I may share, when I was a student leader in UST, I was also a youth leader in Pampanga. Kaya may konting recognition from my province. What I did actually was very similar to what Efren Peña Florida did. No, it was all about being able to provide education options for the youth of Pampanga. And, I'm very happy na up to now na matatanda na lahat ng mga estudyante na tinulungan namin before, they still reach out to me for in Facebook, diba? I'm able to do leadership talks pa rin sa kanila. And they now have their family. So, for me, that's really transformational leadership, diba? Parang looking into the entire pyramid and being able to contribute in any way you can.
Galing, no? Kuya Efren Peña Florida has his Cariton classroom. Pero meron parang sariling version si Kuya Chito.
Chito, oo. Kuya Chito, sobrang ganda nung sinabi mo, no? But here in our, with our students right now, with our youth, parang siguro tinatanong nila, ganyan ba kalaki dapat yung gawin namin, community level kagad? Well, I would like to answer that na parang even to your family, within your home, pwede kayong magkaroon ng extending of your leadership, extending your help, na hindi kailangan din naman na bonggang-bongga kagad na community level. Start within. Hindi naman kailangan malaki kagad. Yes.
Kumusta ang mga nakikinig nanonood sa atin ngayon? Are you still awake? Are you still good? Can I see a thumbs up sa lahat po ng mga okay pa?
Yun!
Ayun sa mga nasa taas, okay? Ayan. Ako, meron akong light question sa ating tatlong panelists.
Sige.
Kasi malamang ito mga concerns to ng mga Gen Z, no? Yung me time nila. Parang, alam mo yun?
Ang dami kasi nilang ginagawa. With all the credentials, no? Parang ang dami nilang ginajuggle.
How will I balance those things, no? probably baka may mapulot sila sa inyong tatlo po. Anyone
what's
can answer.
your personal,
how do you balance your personal
life?
life, your professional life, and what do you do? I mean, paano mo na-handle yung me time?
Nako, yan yung magandang pag-usapan.
Well,
Me
alam mo
time,
sa
sir.
media, no? Sa media na nung time.
Walang
tulugan.
Walang tulugan. Oo nga. Kuya Mon, wala
Nag-react
talaga
agad ako,
kayong
wala.
tulugan.
Bantayan talaga.
24
Ay,
oras
natutulog ka na sa
nagpapahinga.
bahay at may breaking news, tatawagan ka ng opisina. Papuntahin niyo si Dolan doon sa Camp Crame. Bantayan niya si...
You know what?
Bantayan niya yung nakakulong dyan. O, ganun talaga.
You know what, guys? Kakagaling ko lang po ng Cagayan de Oro, no? I just went from, kinover ko yung naging ambush sa convoy nung Lanao del Sur Governor. Muntikan ako mag-text sa'yo, Kuya Chito, na parang di ako aabot. Pero mukhang talaga nakatadhana
umabot
naman
ka
ito.
naman.
Yung binabanggit ni Kuya Dolan, please continue
At
lang.
saka,
Na talagang ganun yung buhay.
Totoo yan, yung babalik ka sa, kahit tapos na yung duty, babalik ka ulit doon, babantayan mo. Tapos hindi uso yung sabihin mo na, uwi mo na ako, kuha ko ng damit. Hindi pwede. Pakuha mo na lang sa crew mo, parang iiwan ka pa rin doon. Pag nasa probinsya kayo, sa Calamidad, kasama din talaga yan, no? So, minsan, isang buwan ka naka-duty doon. Para ka rin sundalo, no? So, talagang, sa tanong mo na kung paano yung me time, no? O, syempre, pagka naman nakabalik kami from duty, syempre, ako naman yung I make it a point na, syempre, yung aking misis, by the way, misis ko pala si Dr. Chris. Thomasian din yan, no?
Hello.
So, yun, yan naman yung, siya naman, syempre, ako dalawa kasi yung comfort zone ko eh. Ang comfort zone ko si Lord, saka syempre yung aking misis. Yun yung aking home. Kaya, I make it a point na talagang, pagka nakakabalik ako from duty, lalo na pagka may assignment na malalayo tayo, no, sa coverage, meron kaming bonding mag-asawa, lumalabas kami, at saka, kasi madalas kami magka-bonding ko, si Bon, kasama, coverage. Nagkita rin kami lagi.
Oo, kami rin magkakasama.
Oo,
Parang
Sir
masama
Dolan,
loob
you
mo
make
kay Dolan.
sure.
Parang masama loob niya.
Hindi. Pambansang good boy ka, di ba?
Okay.
So you make sure, Sir Dolan, that you have time for your family. No matter
Yes, oo.
kung gaano ka-hectic yung trabaho ninyo, na on-call lagi kayo.
Yes, pero yung masyadong sa mga gusto maging journalist, okay talaga maging journalist kasi nakakapagbigay tayo ng
Public service din, sir.
Yes,
Diba?
saka
In terms
tayo
of
bantay ng
information.
bayan, bantay ng ating lipunan. No? Pero, syempre, kailangan bantayan natin ang pamilya natin.
Oo.
Kasama din yun, no? I-balance natin. Huwag kayong mawawala sa sirkulasyon na gano'n na dapat balance pa rin ang
Balance na
buhay.
may personal and professional, diba?
Kaya natin tinatanong to kasi importante yun, ha? You need to pause for a while.
Hindi
diba?
pwedeng puro trabaho eh. Puro,
At hindi pwede,
diba?
pwede ba sabihin na hindi pwede
Puro aral.
Oh, siyempre, kailangan
Yun nga sabi ko eh. Baka nagkamali
magalit
ako.
Si Ma'am Erica dito.
Si Miss
pero-
Erica
Oo.
ba? Anong puro hindi aral? Kailangan mag-aral.
How about you, ma'am? How do you juggle? I mean, how do you balance your professional work, and your personal life?
Napakahirap ng tanong mo. Mas madaling tanong mo sa transformation English.
Mukhang
Pero
very
gusto
workaholic si
namin-
Miss
Oo,
Erica.
Siguro kasi yung me time depends on the type of person that you are. So, ako, I find comfort in listening to audiobooks, driving, syempre, pa-facial.
Yun ang totoong me time, di ba?
Totoo,
You
yun
need to
ang totoong
pamper
me time.
yourself.
Whenever I see kids,
Yes.
my kids, the senior high school students around, I tell them, relax, di ba? No? You relax, you enjoy your life, do things that you love to do, whether being alone or whatever it is. So ako, I love listening to books because I have, well, at least when I listen to audiobooks while I'm driving, I can do that. So it still is a way of learning, but it's my me time.
Sabi siguro ng mga students, ang daling sabihin yan na pwede
Miss
naman
Erica,
talaga.
madali
Oo,
naman sabihin niya, pero talaga.
Pero ang hirap po talaga, sir, ma'am. Ang hirap po talaga, oo. How do you quantify it?
Ako, me time ko, actually, simple lang ako, Erica, so I do synchronized swimming,
Ay, wow!
mga polo and
Sir
racket.
Gina, si Miss Erica audiobook.
Mga ganun lang.
Iba rin.
Visiting museums, mga... De,
High-end.
Nako, maghanap po kayo ng mababaw na tao. Ako yun, di ba? Parang, wag po kayong magpalinlang sa mga pakot ni Mayor. Alam mo, kumain ako ng kwek-kwek sa kanto. Ang saya ko na.
Sarap, no? Sarap ng feeling.
No, but
Na-miss ko
related
kwek-kwek
to that, because I'm from Pampanga, Mon, At sabi nga ni Ate Angie, pag nakakita niya yung mga posts ko, natatakam siya.
Oo nga.
I love cooking. Kasi yung nanay ko tsaka tatay ko, nag-aaway yan sa kusina on who is the better cook, di ba? Who cooks better kare-kare or sinigang. So kaming dalawa ng ate ko, namana namin yun sa parents ko. For me, surprisingly, nare-relax ako pag nagluluto ako, pag naghihiwa ako ng kung ano man yan, kamatis man yan, kangkong man yan, or what. And the joy, di ba, it brings you kapag sinasabi ng nakakatikim na ang sarap ng
luto.
bulanglang mo, di ba, or ng sisig mo.
Sarap naman.
Gustong-gusto ko yun. So that's my me time. But really what I'd like to say is, tama si Erica, no? Do what sparks joy because it's never too late to do something for yourself, no? Sabi nga, si Vera Wang, the famous fashion designer, right? Started designing and creating gowns when she was around 41 years old.
Yes, 40 years old lang.
So it was probably too late already in our books, but in her book, it was not too late. So, pursue your passions because anything or everything is not too late at all.
Yes. Ako, Mon, no? Sir Dolan and Miss Erica, Sir Chito, ako yung tipong taon laging nagmamadali. Yung parang baka pag-iwanan ako pag hindi ko to ginawa. Pero yun pala, there is really time. And if you really want to do something now, then you don't postpone it. Yun yung nakukuha ko talaga. And sa tatlo, sa Sir Dolan, Miss Erica, and Sir Chito, ngayon naman, with all of those achievements na nakuha nyo, gusto ko malaman, ano yung greatest milestone nyo as of this year, as of this time? Yan. Dahil ng pandemic, ano ang inyong greatest milestone?
Well, ako sa akin nung pandemic na to, 'di ba? Nabanggit ko nga kanina siguro, matuturing ko na kasi naging-reporter tayo, lahat ng public service andyan. Pero bridge ka lang talaga pagka-reporter ka. Binibridge mo yung problema ng tao, ng mga kababayan natin sa gobyerno. Naranasan ko ng pandemya na ako mismo yung bumaba at paano magkatulong sa solusyon na to kahit paano in my own little way. So yun na nga binanggit ko kanina, yung milestone na siguro masasabi ko. Nakakatuwa na pwede ka palang makatulong ng malaki na mabago mo ang buhay nila. Especially pandemic, no? So 300 na nagkaroon ng mga hanap buhay. Natutuwa ako doon dahil sa education. Dahil although through TESDA, no? Turuan sila ng call center, turuan sila cookery and everything, na pwede pala, in my own little way, na meron kang kahit konti na itabi, pwede mo palang i-share doon sa isang eskwelahan, isang institution. At the same time, kukuha kayo ng mga tao matututo. At ngayon nagagamit pa rin nila. So, yun ang para sa akin, no, pinakamagandang nangyari sa aking buhay, sa larangan ng public service, pagtutulong sa ating mga kapwa, lalo ng pandemya, mabigyan sila ng dire-diretso pagkakakitaan at through education.
Galing.
Oo. Hindi nahihinto actually dyan. Malamang may mga susunod pang gagawin sa Sir
Yes.
Dolan after this one. Pero we are asking about the milestone not to brag, but actually to, alam mo yun, na ang dami ho pinagdaanan ng mga to. Diba? It's not an easy path. Pero meron silang nararating. How about you, ma'am?
Okay, milestone. Hindi ko to sasabihin para magka-increase ako sa sahod ko, no?
Wala po
Kasi-
nakakarinig. Pero naka-live po tayo sa Facebook. Ayan.
No, senior high school is populated with more than 6,000 students, and our faculty members more than 200. We're 262, and we have an academic staff of 19. So practically, it's like having a colegio, a small university, and we have 6 strands. And I think I owe the university for this milestone in my life, to be able to push, to inspire, if I may say, I hope I do, dear students, to be able to lead the senior high school during pandemic is one very difficult task. The life of a principal is not just doing operations. If you are having Zoom classes, my role is to make sure that the teachers will feel inspired teaching even in the screen, so that they will be able to pass on that inspiration to their students. if you have, I think, if you have a loving leader, you will have a very loving community. And I think the university provided me that specific milestone in my life. And I thank UST for that.
Wow. And senior high school.
Heart for
Palakpakan. Okay.
her students.
Ako, Sir Chito, of course, we're going to ask about your milestone, pero baka you could also add about the characteristics or probably yung mga values and traits that yung ating generation ngayon could get from you, no? Probably it's also a milestone, pero baka you could share your milestone and also ano ba yung mga important traits and values na pwedeng makuha or ma-pick up ng generation ngayon from your generation.
Thank you, Mon. And I believe we're almost wrapping up now.
Yes,
It's
yes.
almost 6 p.m. I would consider as my greatest milestone in life yung pagdala ko ng pagiging Tomasino ko sa trabaho. Yung tatak Tomasino na tinatawag. Ano ba yung tatak Tomasino? Kasi pag sinabi nilang UP graduate, and I'm really sorry to all our UP friends, mahal na mahal ko kayo. Parang minsan ang tatak UP, mga liberal, nagrarally, di ba? Very outspoken, di ba? Sa mga friends naman natin sa Ateneo.
Arneo.
Arneo, di ba? Sila yung mga, very, very organized, very punctual, very professional, very intellectual, di ba? Ang mga kapatid naman natin na Green Archers, mayayaman yung mga yan, mga negosyante, di ba? Entrepreneurial spirit, etc. Assertive. Tayo, UST, di ba? Minsan, they joke around, sinasabi nila, mahilig magdasal, di ba? Diligent, di ba? Tahimik sa trabaho, di ba? May malasakit. But you know what? If you ask me, I dare say, let's embrace those strengths. Because those values and traits actually characterize what the perfect Thomasian is. Right? I dare use the word perfect. You know what? Because in today's workforce, Erica and Kuya Dolan, napaka-importante ng malasakit sa trabaho. It's not enough that, you're intelligent. Mga Thomasian naman na kilala ko lahat, matatalino lahat eh. Diba? I don't recall any Thomasian na, there's nothing in between their brains. We are intellectually smart and street smart as well, right? Pero yung malasakit na tinatawag sa trabaho, sa pamilya, sa kaibigan, sa komunidad, that is what you call tatak Tomasino. And I brought that to everywhere I went to, Ate Angie, di ba? When I was with GCash, right? I'm proud to say na, we really went to fisher folks, to farmers, to palengke vendors. Kasi parang sinasabi ko sa leader ko dati, let's bring GCash to the masses, di ba? Let's bring financial inclusion to each and every Filipino. So that during my time, from 43 million subscribers, we jumped to 53 million subscribers. And then we jumped to 60 million subscribers. And now currently, we are at 70 million subscribers. Right? Imagine we are 110 million Filipinos in the country. And almost 3/4, diba, ng population may GCash account. When I was with CEMEX, I was there for quite a long time. I was there for 10 years. Sabi nga natin, we're not here to brag, but I'm really happy to share that I am the youngest leader to occupy a global position. I was 33 years old. And I often went to Mexico, to Spain, etc. to represent the Philippines. You know what? Because naaliw pala sila sa akin that, every time I presented a PowerPoint deck, diba, or a program, I spoke with so much enthusiasm, diba? Kasi gano'n naman tayo sa UST, Kath. Napaka-natural na sa atin, di ba, na pag sinabi ni Professor Lising sa AB na mag-present kayo ng play, di ba, or ni Dr. Alfredo Cop, hindi tayo papayag na Manila paper lang, kapatid, di ba? Dapat the works, di ba, Ate Angie, Ate Mims?
Full production.
Full prod, ayan, sina Joanna, sina Deda. So yun ang tatak UST, may malasakit tayo sa lahat ng ginagawa natin. And I really hope that that's something we can bring to the workplace too, sa lahat ng mga nakikinig na students. Because at the end of the day, it's what truly matters.
Yes. Sorry ha, I'm texting. Actually, may mga phone-in question eh. Pero wala natin oras eh. Pero ang ganda sana ng phone-in question, no? Sabi nila, oh, kuwelang tanong lang, bakit ang dami daw achievers, leaders na single? Lalo na yung mga Gen X, Gen Y. Wala bang role ang pag-ibig sa pag-nurture ng leadership?
Grabe, pati yun ha, napansin.
Next question. Ay.
May gusto ba sumagot?
Kulang tayo sa oras.
Ako
no?
lang sa oras.
Ang sarap sana sagutin. Kulang na kulang sa oras.
Sayang. Gusto yung pangalan ako yung nagtanong? Wag na. Okay. Pero, ito, ano na lang, just to wrap it up, no?
Sige,
Siguro,
sige.
at least, let's listen lang for your final message lang for our students here, all the attendees this afternoon, and of course, your challenge for the youth today. Especially
Parting
to this
words
bunch.
and call to action.
Oo, your challenge for them. Unahin natin naman, ladies first, sabi nga nila.
Okay. First, you acknowledge what you have. You can never move forward, do things if you do not acknowledge the gift that you have. That's very important. Sabihin mo sarili mo, magaling ka eh. Kung totoong magaling ka, that's not bragging. There's such a thing that if you say, hindi po ako magaling, that's false humility. So you acknowledge what you have, that's charisma. So that's the first step. After you acknowledge what you have inside of you is something that is not meant to stay there. It is meant for others. So you share. And lastly, I think as young as you are, we acknowledge that whatever we have is not for us, but sakto sa lasal is for God. Yun lang.
Palakpakan naman natin, Miss Erica. I
That's
love,
Miss Erica.
I love what
Oo.
she said. Talaga, meant to share ang lahat ng meron tayo.
Yes. Marinig po ba dito yung Angelus? Okay. Sige po. So, ayan. I think let's listen to the parting message of Sir Dolan and
Yes.
your challenge for this
siguro
bunch
sa-
of students here.
Siguro sa akin, huwag tayo magkasawang matuto, no? Lalo sa mga estudyante pa natin ngayon, no? Mga leaders, okay mo sa matuto sa buhay. No? Ang nasa sa eskwelahan kayo ngayon, sabi nga namin kanina, gusto ko sa kami lahat kanina, hindi mo lahat makukuha sa school eh. Paglabas mo, sabi nga ni Chito kanina, at alam ko rin naman, gano'n din tingin ko, parang jungle yan. Kasi isang jungle ka na pwede kang, lalaban ka talaga sa buhay. Lalaban ka. It's either galingan mo sa laban sa buhay. So yun ang gusto kong sabihin ngayon na huwag tayong matakot na ngayon nasa school kayo, mga estudyante, aralin nyo lahat, no? Lahat ng pwede nyong matutunan sa inyong mga teachers. At tulad nito, yung mga sharing na to, napakahalaga nito kasi itong mga taong to, kami, andyan kami sa labas na. No? Imagine niyo yung mga pagdadaanan nyo rin to. No? At saka pangalawa, sabi nga rin kanina, no, huwag tayo matakot na lumabas sa comfort zone natin. Tama yun. Totoo yun. Kasi talagang ganun. Kung hindi ka aalis sa kamukha ko, nag-retirement ako from ABS, pumasok ako sa ibang industry, sa ibang nasa negosyo rin, at the same time, sa pagtutuloy ng pagkaserbisyo, no? Ganun talaga. Ang ganun ng buhay, proseso ang buhay. Hindi ka pwedeng ma-stuck sa isang ginagawa mo lang na comfort zone. So, matuto ka lumabas dyan para mas gumaling ka pa at mas lumakas ka. Diba? Alakas
Totoo
ka.
yan. I really,
diba?
really agree.
Oo. At siguro kung ano man yung challenge, siguro hindi na siguro challenge is more of panatilihin natin ang mga Tomasino ang ating natutunan sa loob ng UST, no? Yung ating takot sa Diyos, yung ating respeto sa ating pamilya, at syempre yung ating respeto sa ating kapwa. Kasi kung wala kang ganyan, hindi mo tutuloy yung pagrespeto wala ka rin siguro mararating. So, at syempre, matututo tayong balikan yung mga taong tumulong sa atin nung mababa pa tayo. Diba? Nagsimula ako, researcher lang sa ABS-CBN dati, hanggang sa naging writer ako, segment producer, hanggang sa naging senior reporter ako. So, lahat ganun eh. I mean, dadaan ka sa mababa. Sabi ni Chito kanina, ang nag-usapan natin, pag UST graduate, no, parang medyo, ano yan eh, hindi maselan. Hindi tayo maselan. Di ba? Hindi
lahat kaya.
Walang hindi kaya ang mga
Oo.
Tomasino. Sa totoo lang. Kapag nasa ABS-CBN ako, hindi ko pwedeng sabihin, hindi ko kaya. Kaya ko yan.
Oo, laging
Diba?
game.
Nagsimula ako as researcher, nag-entrap kami ng mga korap na pulis. Biruin mo, hawak-hawak ko yung camera kung saan ko tatago yung mga yung camera ng mga spy camera. No? Sa Mission X dati yun. Pero, ibig ko sabihin, noong una, sabi ko, kaya ko kaya to? Pero, lahat ng mga tuloy, nakaya ko ng isang beses, lahat na tuloy sa akin ipinasa. Kaya yung mga ganung stories, na mga mabibigat na storya. So, ibig ko sabihin, walang imposible. Walang imposible, guys. No? Walang imposible. Basta, ginusto natin gawin, walang imposible. At yung pundasyon na meron kayo sa UST, magagamit ninyo. At yung ating values, panatilihin natin. Dahil yan ang magdadala sa atin sa lahat-lahat yan panakumbayan nyo sa rurok ng tagumpay. God bless. Thank you very much.
Galing.
Galing.
Palakpakan natin, Sir Dolan.
Nagpapatrol. Ayan, okay.
Oo, ang bata ako. Bata ako.
Grabe.
Yung bata ako, napapakinggan ko na siya.
Pero totoo.
Oy.
Pero alam mo, totoo yan. Bata pa lang ako, Dolan Castro na siya. Totoo yan.
Oo, mga
Idol ko na
police
siya.
report
Ako yung
talaga
magsalita,
si Sir Dolan. Dolan Castro. Talaga, napapanood ko na talaga siya.
Pero totoo yung sinasabi ni Sir Dolan, no? Learning never stops. No? And probably, on that kind of learning, marami pang mga opportunities na darating
totoo.
sa'yo.
Akala nyo ba na ngayon ang dami nyo na natututunan, pero paglabas ninyo sa UST, pagka-college nyo, mas madami pa pala. Kasi jungle, full of challenges and learnings.
And before entering that jungle, maganda itong ginagawa natin ngayon. At least, you are actually being equipped with a lot of wisdom, no? From our guest panelists here. So how about you, Sir Chito?
Ako, ano
Your
lang,
final word.
very quick 3 items. Very specific parang advice na gusto kong i-impart sa mga students and attendees natin. No? Number 1 is, it's no coincidence that the word silent has exactly the same letters and the same number of letters also as the word listen. So sometimes it pays to just be quiet and to listen. Sometimes kasi as leaders, we tend to talk a lot. Diba? We tend to assert ourselves a lot, raise our hands, and say, alam ko na yan. Diba? But sometimes it pays to just be quiet and really listen from the ear of your heart. Number 2, nako, medyo passionate ako about dito. Huwag sambahin ang pera. Tinuro sa akin yan ng nanay ko at tatay ko. Na kung gaano kagaan ang turing mo sa pera, ganun din kagaan ang balik ng pera sa'yo. What I'm saying is, money is not the end-all and be-all of everything, right? You need to take time to smell the flowers. Sabi ng nanay ko, kapag may mangungutang sa'yo, Chito, wag mong hahayain na aalis yung tao na yon na wala ka man lang binigay sa kanya kahit magkano lang.
Talaga po ba?
Wag mo siyang, yes, you wanna say something?
Apo, talaga po ba?
Hindi, kasi daw, it took that person a lot of courage, diba, to actually approach you at mangutang siya. So kahit magkano lang, bigyan mo, di ba? And wag nating i-define yung buhay natin sa pera. Success is not defined by money. Success is defined by the quality of life and happiness we achieve through several things. And third and foremost, this is parang for me, the most important, is really the value of humility. Right? Humility, however, cannot be translated to blind obedience also, right? Humility may mean helping others, right? Humility may be tapping, di ba, a colleague sa shoulder niya and telling him or her, you did a good job today, right? Humility may just be simply, acknowledging the fact that you can't do this today or now, but hopefully tomorrow, di ba, when I get up, I will be able to do it. So those are 3 important life lessons na, kumbaga, mantra ko yan sa sarili ko. And I would like to take this opportunity, Kat, since and Mon, this is our closing message, to really honor Ate Angie Tuason, who is our current chairperson for TALA. Palakpakan natin si Ate Angie. Alam nyo, sa totoo lang, Ate Angie, hindi ko to ipagkakaila. There were lots of times,
Erica, di ba, na parang, ayaw na natin, di ba, parang ang hirap nito kasi pinagsasabay natin yung trabaho tsaka tala. But Ate Angie was really the force, di ba, which told all of us, it can always be done. And look at these TikToks and hopefully we can sustain this.
Wow.
So thank you, Ate Angie.
Oh,
may
pa-flowers.
No, I'm sorry. I think our students should know that the alumni leaders right now that are right here, they are CEOs, COOs, they are owners of their own businesses, they are regional directors of different of international and multinational industries. So if they can serve while leading their industry or their corporation, so can you.
Kaya?
Kaya.
Kayang-kaya.
Hindi talaga siya, kaya talaga.
Yes. Palakpakan po muli natin our panelists for today for this TikToks, no? This is just the start. This is just the beginning of the series of talks probably. So
Yes.
let's again palakpakan po natin. And
Sir
may we invite
Dolan
everyone.
Castro, Miss Erica Bolaños, and of course, Mr. Chito Maniago. Let's give them a big, big round of applause for everything that they have imparted today. And of course, our TALA officers, our UST Alumni Association.
May we invite, of course, Ma'am Angie, Sir Henry, and all the TALA officers to be here in front again for a photo op. And of course, as we give simple tokens sa ating mga panelists. Of course, wow, Ma'am Mimi, ayan, dito po.
Kanina si Sir Henry sabi niya sa akin, uy, ang dami mong ginagawa, be humble. Ayun talaga ang tumatak sa akin. At sabi din ni Sir Chito, humility.
Totoo naman.
Pero sa totoo lang, ang pinakapagod sa amin, si Ate Ces San Juan.
Yes,
Palakpakan.
Ma'am Ces. Thank you, thank you.
And si Principal Erica, ayan, because, she really organized this.
Sobra. The word thank you is not enough. Pero please, kindly read si Kat.
Okay, this certificate of appreciation is hereby awarded to Dolan Castro for having generously shared his expertise and experience in TikTok's Leaders Empowering Leaders Talk series. Given this 23rd day of February 2023 at the UST Blvd Pier, Giorgio Frassati Auditorium, España Blvd, Manila, Philippines. Signed, Ban Joseph Ang, RPH MBA President of Thomasian Alumni Leaders Association, and signed Attorney Froilan B. Pitpit, Vice President, Thomasian Alumni Leaders Association.
Thank you, Sir Dolan. Picture. Tabi-tabi na.
Ayan, dito tayo.
Sama-sama na po. Ulit-ulit lang.
Ulit-ulit lang.
Sige. Mamaya,
Ayan.
isahan siguro. Sige. Of course, opo. Of course, we would like to say thank you to our next panelist, Ma'am Erica Bolaños. Palakpakan po natin, ladies and gentlemen. And ayan, please receive our humble token. And of course, to complete the panelists, we are very, very honored having, of course, Mr. Chito Maniago. Palakpakan din po natin.
Yes!
Salamat po.
Ayan, let's have a photo tayo lahat.
Opo. Ayan, meron din pala kami. Oo.
Papasahin din ng host.
Hindi, okay na po, wag na basahin.
Papasahin.
Ayan, thank
Ayan,
you, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Opo. Oo, sige po, sir.
For our host. Hello.
Nakakahiya pala.
Certificate of Appreciation is hereby awarded to Mr. Mon Galvez for his invaluable service rendered as panel host during TikTok's Leaders Empowering Leaders Talk series, given this 23rd day of February 2023 at the UST Blvd Pier, Giorgio Frassati Auditorium, España Blvd, Manila, Philippines.
Thank you po, sir. Thank you. Picture po tayo, picture. Thank you, thank you.
And our Certificate of Appreciation is hereby awarded to Ms. Catherine Kaday for her invaluable service rendered as panel host during the TikTok's TALA Igniting Knowledge Leaders Empowering Leaders Talk series, given this 23rd day of February 2023 at the UST Blvd Pier, Giorgio Frassati Auditorium, España Blvd, Manila.
Oo. Opo. Okay. Group photo naman, lahat po ng mga nandito sa taas. Ayan. Opo. Ayan si attorney. Si Mrs. Ayan. Okay. Oh, official to. Okay. We are not yet done, no? Hindi naman pwedeng kabilang picture taking dito. Dapat kasama din po yung mga nasa audience natin. Ayan. We are not inviting you to come here on stage, pero sama kayo, no? Sa isang group picture to be handled by Sir Chito. Kaya nga sabi ko, lapit kayo dito eh. If you can come forward here, lapit tayo dito sa harapan, please. Lahat yung mga nasa likod, lapit kayo, mahihirapan na makita. Lapit, lapit. Halika guys. Guys, girls, lapit kayo. We will not push through with this. Walang uuwi hanggat di lumalapit po dito sa harapan. Para sa picture taking. Paano yung mga nasa taas? Oo. Kita ba kayo? Kita, kita.
Yan, groovy
Oo.
tayo. Lahat tayo dito.
Come on, come on, come on guys. Kita
Lahat
yan.
tayo Gen Z dito eh.
Maniwala kayo, makikita kayo dyan. Ayan. Asan ba? Asan ba?
Ayan, lapit pa.
Asan ba ako? Yung pala ako. Okay. Oh, find your pen. Kita kayo? Kaway-kaway kayo. Ayan. I-0.5 pa. I-wide pa ng i-wide. Ayan.
Yun.
Ayan. I think may official photo, oh. May official. Ayan, ayan, ayan. Ayan, ang dami. Okay, lahat na. Alright, palakpakan po natin.
Palakpakan natin. Thank you so much.
All our panelists and of course, thank you sa lahat po ng mga umattend physically and through online. Maraming salamat
Hi to all
po.
our online viewers. I hope you enjoyed this TikToks. And I hope also, Mon, no, na meron tayong susunod na second series, talk series din, na pwede natin mag-invite pa ng other alumni.
Opo. And this is a UST activity, no? So please, wala mo na nga alis. We need to end our program with the UST hymn, di ba?
Yes. Ay, na-miss
So,
ko to.
oo, gusto ko to. Kaya wala mo na. Saka oo, mabilis lang muna.
So short lang. I would like to thank everyone for coming and to all the TALA officers, kahit busy sila, pumunta pa rin sila. To all the TALA alumni leaders who are here, thank you so much. To Erica, hindi mangyayari to kung
Yes.
dahil sa'yo, dito sa Senior High School, pati sa Frassati. Thank you sa UST. Mahal namin kayo. At sa inyong lahat, sana na-inspire namin kayo dito sa ating TikToks, Igniting Knowledge, Leaders Empowering Leaders. Thank you!
Let's all together, to all those who are sitting, tayo po tayong lahat. Maraming salamat po. Please do not forget to follow us on our socials, di ba? UST Alumni Association, UST Senior High School, and UST TALA, no? To know more about the next activities.
Magpo-promote lang ako to all those na kilala nyo na AB alumni.
we have our Stronger Together AB Grand Alumni Homecoming on March 18, Club Filipino sa San Juan City. Salamat po.
Okay, you know ha, other AB.
Join TALA daw, sabi ni Miss Angie.
Socials. Apo.
We are inviting those who could still afford to join us. We have some finger foods outside, social time. Please do approach any of our alumni leaders, talk with them, have the chance to know their inspiring stories. Please join us outside.
And teach us a TikTok dance.
Oo. I think if you have questions, please do not hesitate to ask and approach our dear alumni na nandito. Oo. Ayan. So, enjoy the socials outside.
Enjoy, guys.
And thank you for joining us here in TikToks, leaders, empowering leaders. This has been your host. My name is Mon Gualvez.
And I am Kathy Kaday.
See you all again next time. Thank you. Salamat po. Yes, sir. Thank you.